Mag-58 machine gun, later to become the M240 machine gun. Chambered in 7.62, its gas operating system is a variation of the one found in the BAR, which we talked about earlier. It's an open-bolt, belt-fed, fully automatic machine gun, which allows for a high rate of continuous fire. It's extremely reliable and rugged to the maximum, yet for a machine gun it's comparatively lightweight, which makes it very maneuverable. It can provide a high volume of suppressive fire all the way out to 1,200 yards. It has a 30-year history with the U.S. military of providing excellent service, and its younger brother, the M240, is the standard service machine gun in Iraq today. Its rate of fire makes the Mag-58 absolutely essential in repelling mass attacks. When repelling a mass attack, you need a weapon that's highly reliable, like the Mag-58. If you just show it a little bit of love, it'll just keep chewing ammunition. It doesn't take very long for a fully automatic weapon to start heating up, so it makes it extremely important to be able to change barrels out to keep the gun running. The M240 replaced the problem-plagued M60 in the 1990s. The basic design can be modified for a light machine gun on a bipod to a medium machine gun on a tripod. It can also be mounted on trucks, tanks, and aircraft, as well as it can be fitted with various tactical optics. The M240 is the dominant machine gun among NATO armies today, and the U.S. version is interchangeable with all foreign-made NATO equivalents. This has significant advantages in training, logistics, tactical versatility, and joint operations. A recent Army report stated that U.S. soldiers have tremendous confidence in this weapon. The M240 truly is a legend in its own time.
This segment of Tactical Impact is brought to you by TAPCO.
This is the Sturmgewehr, storm rifle. Placed into initial production late in the war, it was initially fielded in 1942. It replaced the German K98K as the standard service rifle of the Wehrmacht. It was chambered in 7.92 Kurz, a shortened cartridge in comparison to the K98K. It allowed for using less raw materials, a more compact design, and also was more effective out to medium engagement ranges. It features a 30-round magazine, although troops generally only loaded it to a maximum of 25 rounds. It's a select fire rifle capable of both semi-automatic and fully automatic, and it also has a menacing, sleek, futuristic design. The Sturmgewehr had tremendous tactical impact. It provided superior firepower at greater ranges than any other rifle available at that time. It was effective in the full range between 50 and 200 yards. Therefore, it could handle the job of either the submachine gun or the bolt-action rifle. With the Sturmgewehr, engaging multiple targets at 100 or up to 200 yards becomes dramatically more commonplace and effective, thereby forever changing the dynamics of the battlefield. Given the tremendous potential of the Sturmgewehr, it's somewhat surprising that the Germans did not rush it into production in 1942. However, initially, Hitler did not embrace the concept. He was concerned about yet another weapons development project. He also had competing resource requirements for 1942 and 43, and there was concern about the production of yet another non-standard caliber. Finally, Hitler embraced the MP-44, naming it the Sturmgewehr, and it was placed into mass production in 1945, the last year of the war. But the Sturmgewehr was available a full 2 years earlier. What if the Sturmgewehr had been widely distributed to the German army in 1943? It would have negated the advantages of the American M1 Garand, had a major impact on the Russian front, and would have provided a dramatically different level of response to the Normandy invasion. The earlier adoption of the Sturmgewehr would most certainly have resulted in far greater Allied casualties and could have tipped the scales in close battles such as Monte Cassino, Bastogne, and Stalingrad. This is a Barrett M82A1M rifle, a heavy special application scoped rifle, or SASR. Designed in 1980 and put into service in 1989, its first use in the U.S. military was by the Marine Corps in Operation Desert Storm. It is now used across the U.S. military, including in Special Forces units. Chambered in .50 caliber, the same round as the Browning machine gun, it features a 10-round detachable box magazine. Weighing at 30 pounds, the Barrett is a beast. However, it has an effective range out to at least 1,850 meters, with recorded hits all the way to 2,500. Although it can be carried by one man, it is best used in a static position like this one. Now let's see how this big boy shoots. During a mass attack, particularly one supported by vehicles, the pinpoint rapid fire of the Barrett could be very disruptive to enemy activities. Although there are other .50 caliber bolt-action sniper rifles in use around the world, the Barrett is the only successful semi-automatic one. During an enemy assault, the Barrett is an effective tool because of its versatility. It can engage enemy vehicles, eliminate critical pieces of enemy equipment, and also serve in an anti-personnel role, especially when they are shielded by cover. When you shoot a Barrett, you know it. With a 661 grain bullet at 2,800 feet per second muzzle velocity, it delivers a lot of power on target. However, recoil still remains quite manageable. This is the .50 caliber round from the M82 Barrett. As you can see, it was patterned after the 30-06 round from the BAR that we used earlier in this episode. The 30-06 is a bad day, but the .50 caliber is a nightmare. In the summer of 2005, the M82 was officially adopted as the M107 by the U.S. Army. In recent years, particularly in the Middle East, the Barrett has been used as an anti-materiel rifle and for explosive ordnance disposal. Historically, the Barrett has been a favorite of U.S. Special Operations because, simply put, this weapon can do what no other weapon can do.
This segment of Tactical Impact is brought to you by Shotgun News.
It was interesting taking a look at the squad automatic weapon this week. A concept that was unheard of just 100 years ago. Now it would be unimaginable for a squad to be without one.
Yeah, and although the theme of this segment was repelling the mass attack, over the last few decades they've kind of all but disappeared. And I can't help but think that one of the major reasons for that is the overwhelming amount of firepower that the Defender can now bring to bear on the assaulting force.
I got to fire the BAR and the Barrett, and troops liked them because of the unique capabilities they had, such as a serious caliber and precise rapid fire.
Yeah, and the design of the Mag 58, even though it's 50 years old, is still as effective today as it was then. We hope you enjoyed today's show. We'll see you next time on Tactical Impact.